Say goodbye to the Fortnite agency. That is right, we have in-game leaks and screenshots of what the agency is going to look like after the live event itself. Nobody has ever seen this. Watch this entire video because you will be shocked. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten in contact with leakers. We are 99% sure that all of this is accurate. This video does contain a lot of spoilers. Get ready to find out what is going to happen during the live event. Not only are we showing the agency after the live event, we are also later on in the video showing live event sound effects from the event itself. Never before seen before. You don't want to miss this. It just hypes me up for how insane this event is going to be. The way we were able to figure out the entire plot of the live event was from this LTM loading screen that was leaked this morning. The name of it is The Device. Midas's master plan is ready to unfold, and as you can see in the loading screen, it looks like Midas in front of the Doomsday device. Nothing looks that off, nothing looks suspicious until you look closer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is theory time. Watch this. Midas has his golden hand on a brand new Fortnite skin that was actually also leaked. We're going to show it right now. As you can see, we are looking at the leaked skin in-game, and there is a whole lot more to the skin. There are two things that you guys most likely missed on this loading screen, and this all relates to the live event and the entire leaked plot that I'm about to tell you right now. As you can see on the helmet of the skin itself, you can see that there's two very suspicious eyes on the front of it. Now, if you look to the right of the image itself, if you zoom in, look at this right now. We have a face. This is not a joke. We have a face of another very important Fortnite skin, a very mysterious Fortnite skin that we did not know anything about before, and now we know all about it. This is the skin of the engineer. We saw it earlier. It was the skin that Midas actually had on his desk. We didn't know if it was his wife, or if it was his mother, or if it was his daughter, but we are leaning more to the fact that it was his wife. This all relates to Midas himself, the Doomsday device, and why he is actually having his master plan with the Doomsday device itself. I'm gonna explain that all later in the video, but before we do that, let's load this image into an editor and let's up the brightness on both objects and let's see what shows up. Okay, so we have the two eyes and we have her head. What we're gonna do, we're going to up the brightness and up the contrast, and as you can see, there is some sort of like oval object around the eyes. You can see the eyes, you can see the mouth, and then clearly you can see that this is 100% the engineer skin. You can kind of see that it actually looks like a dragon. Ladies and gentlemen, I said over a year ago that dragons are going to be coming to Fortnite. This might be the season. We don't know for sure though. I'm just throwing that out there. It's a possibility. All right, so before I hop into game and I show you the leaked agency screenshots after the live event itself, what I'm going to do right now is explain the entire live event and what is going to go on. This is the reason for the live event, and here is what is going to happen aside from the agency changing forever. If you want proof that that is the engineer skin, decoded some of the encrypted pack files, meaning objects that are not allowed to be leaked, and as you can see, there's a few of these, but this one is most interesting because that outline looks like the engineer skin, aka Midas's wife. Not only are we showing the leaked agency after the live event, new locations, we're also going to be sharing leaked live event sound effects that you guys don't want to miss. This is very important. Going back to the leaked skin I was showing you earlier, obviously we can see that this is literally the skin of the Doomsday device. A lot of people are saying that this is actually the storm from Save the World. Obviously we know the storm in Save the World creates monsters, and if this skin has the Save the World storm, obviously monsters are bad. Midas wants to stop the storm itself. We're gonna get into that a whole lot later. This is going to be one of the most important parts. Listen up right now. People have been reporting all over the place this morning that the storm inside of Fortnite is actually messed up, and the storm is all over the place. People thought it was a glitch, but this is actually Midas. Midas is doing stuff to the entire Fortnite game days before the live event itself. So obviously now that we know Midas doesn't want the storm to exist, what he is doing, since he is very powerful, he is trying to clear the storm from ever coming back to Fortnite. Obviously that's not possible, but Midas is trying his best, and he is doing a very good effort. The loading screen itself says his machine is ready, fully charged, defy the storm. Can the storm be broken? But why is he trying to break the storm? Let's get into that right now. It all has to do with his wife, the engineer. I said in another theory video that the Doomsday device is going to be moved to the agency, and I was right. Happy Power tweeted out what is going on with the agency, and you can see that there is a weird circle-like thing at the bottom of the agency, and ladies and gentlemen, that is where the Doomsday device is going to be placed. I thought it would be placed on the roof, but it's going to be placed under the agency. So what are we gonna do right now? Let's glitch under the agency, under the map, and let's see if we can find anything. Right now, I'm under the map in replay mode, and I am going straight away to the agency. Obviously, we are completely under, and if this object is already in the game and we're able to see the circle, then that is going to prove to us that we are going to be able to know the new location first before anyone where the Doomsday device is going. All right, we are right in the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the agency. We're going to go up a little bit, but not too much. Okay, you can see that we have the hatches and then we have the agency. And interestingly enough, as you can see, there is a hidden location under the agency. I don't know if anybody knows about this, but ladies and gentlemen, that is big, and that is definitely something capable of fitting the Doomsday device inside. That is absolutely crazy. We know that during the live event, the hatches are going to open up. I'm going to check out and see if there's anything different. All right, going inside of the hatches themselves, obviously, they look pretty similar. There's nothing different yet. We're going to check up on these every single day and see if anything changes. Again, like I mentioned before, in the skin itself, you can see the Save the World storm. Obviously, this isn't Battle Royale, but the reason that the storm itself in the skin is Save the World is because the engineer was actually eliminated inside of the Save the World storm. Midas lost his wife, the engineer, into the storm, and that is why we have never ever seen her in the game. We only have pictures of her on his desk as a way to remember her, and he is seeking revenge on the storm. He does not want the storm to be in Fortnite ever again, and that is why he is defying the storm and he is breaking the storm. But how is he going to do that? Let's get into it right now. The info for the leaked skin that is not supposed to be seen. Fortnite doesn't want us to know this. The name on the skin says Hurricane. Not only does it say Hurricane, but obviously the skin itself being named Cyclo is actually short for Cyclone. What does Cyclone mean? I'm glad you asked. Let's check it out. Cyclone is a system of winds rotating inward to an area of low atmospheric pressure, obviously also known as a hurricane. If you want proof of it, let's look at this tweet. But why is there a hurricane? That's the question. How does this relate to Midas? How does it relate to his wife, the storm? Let's get into it right now. So first of all, event related, there's stuff such as rain starting, rain ending, storm out, water impact, wind push, storm, lightning strike, and final teleport. What does all of this mean? What is going to go on? Let's get into it right now. Since the theme of season 2 is gold, what is most likely going to happen during this live event itself? I have no proof backing this up, but usually I'm right about my theories, so listen up. Come back to this video after the live event happens because I think I'm going to be right. I believe that since Midas turns everything to gold that he touches, I think something is going to go wrong during the start of the live event while he tries to save his wife, and he is going to end up turning the entire map to gold. At the beginning of the season, only a few objects were turning to gold, which was obviously hinting towards the rest of the season, but once those few objects turned to gold, nothing else really happened, and it just seemed like it was overhyped. This makes the most sense. I think that the entire map will accidentally turn to gold after something goes wrong with the Doomsday device, and the only way to return things back to normal once everything is gold in the entire Fortnite map is that one of the 7, obviously we know about all of the 7 unknown people in Fortnite, they are going to somehow gain control with Midas of the storm itself, and they are going to break the storm like it says in that other message and change the Fortnite storm to a hurricane storm. And the reason that they're going to do this, there's going to be crazy wind, there's going to be crazy water rising, and that is why we are having the flood itself in Fortnite. The original fictional story of Midas was from many years ago, obviously before the internet, before Fortnite, before anything, and it says right here, Midas then placed everything affected by the golden touch into the river and the effects were reversed. So what that means, if the entire map turns to gold, obviously you can't just put the entire map into a river. The only way to cover the entire map with water is to cover it by a flood, and you can trigger a flood from a hurricane. Obviously, throughout all of this, the agency and other locations are going to be destroyed, and once again, very soon, I am going to be showing you what the agency is going to be looking like after the live event. Let me show you a little sneak peek right now. We have a mesh that Happy Power tweeted out, and he says, "Rip the agency." You can see that the agency itself does not look very good. Later on in this video, I'm going to show you actual in-game screenshots of what it looks like. All right, before we show the agency, let's listen right now to the sound files of the live event. All right, here's a countdown to the Doomsday device going off. You hear Midas. He is freaking out. And bam! Storm wall collide whoosh. And you can literally hear the hurricane. This is amazing. And that's the hurricane when it's at its peak. Let's look at the agency right now. Okay, heads up. They placed the new version of the agency onto a different Fortnite location. Obviously, it's not actually going to look like that. It's still going to be at the agency in the middle of the map, but let's take a look at all of the screenshots. The first one we have right here, you can literally see everything on the inside is absolutely destroyed. And obviously, this is happening from the hurricane itself. Oh my gosh. Let's look at the second one. Dude, everything is just gone. This is completely crazy. I can't believe that all of this happened to the agency and that this is going to be a brand new POI. The next screenshot, you can see an entire hole in the wall. Stuff on the floor, chairs fallen, signs fallen. This is amazing. The next one, there's a complete hole in the ground. Guys, the agency is trashed. The agency is destroyed. Look at this one right here. The entire wall, there's holes everywhere. This is what it's going to be looking like after the live event. And then this final one, we can see holes in the wall again, stuff on the floor. The agency is not looking too good. Get excited. Subscribe to the channel for more news, leaks, and theories. I'm always the first. Get ready for the live event. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see me either save or stop this live event.